All right, gang. Good afternoon. Welcome to another Saturday, Super Saturday virtual event hosted by Chicago Wealth Builders Alliance. Host. Let's make sure that everybody is muted. Ms. Tanisha Glaspie, I did make you a co-host. So hopefully we can get everybody muted. So we're hearing a little background noise. Okay, everybody under the sound of my voice, please take time to make sure that you are properly muted. We appreciate that very much. Okay, great.
Hey everybody, it's Tony.
Hi everyone in Sage.
Listen, we just want to send you a message of truth in the midst of all this uncertainty and fear. You know, the beautiful gift of being human is that we're resilient as a species and we're really adaptable in our nature. Life doesn't always get easier. In fact, it rarely does, but we're often called to become stronger and more resilient, and this is one of those times. Nothing's ever wiped us out. We're part of the essence of life itself. When we quiet our mind, we start to recognize the miracle of life within us, and ironically, what we really need is usually just below the surface of our fears. So the question is, how do we make our way through these uncertain times? And the answer, of course, is we must use our God-given power of faith. This is not a religious statement. It's simply a statement of understanding our true nature. Look, we're all born with faith. We don't have to learn faith because the truth is we couldn't function without it. I mean, think about it. Basic things you do every day. How do you drive down a highway with nothing but a painted yellow line dividing you from crazy people in cars that are hurtling headfirst to you at 65 or 70 miles an hour? And you know that every single day people cross that line and they kill innocent people just like you and I. We all know that some percentage of those drivers are drunk, some are not going to be paying attention, they're texting, some might actually be falling asleep. So we know the facts. The facts are every single day this happens and people are killed. In fact, 1.4 million people will die this year in car accidents around the world. That's more than 3,200 people a day. That's like a 9/11 every single day around the world. And yet, we still drive. We're not shutting down driving. We're not saying, oh my God, we can't drive. Let's keep everybody from driving to try and keep those numbers down. Why? Because we have faith. That doesn't mean that we don't work and be smart. It doesn't mean we don't prepare ourselves. It doesn't mean we don't do what's necessary. But you know what? All of us inside know that this faith is required for life to be fulfilling, for life to move forward. Listen, without it, you can't leave the house. So why do we drive our cars? Why don't we just stay home? Because we know the consequences of not leaving the house is to have no life. No faith equals no life. We know being stuck or frozen in fear is not an option. So what do? We choose to move forward. We choose to be certain in the face of uncertainty. That's what faith is. We choose to have faith. And you know that at our core, we're more than anything we'll ever face. We know this. We know we can handle whatever life brings to us. We always have and we always will. That is the power of the human race. We don't let the possibility of challenges or pain in the future keep us from living our lives today and working to build a better tomorrow. And you know what else? It's possible to transfer your certainty when you grab it and activate it to other human beings and help them. It's also possible to produce uncertainty and unnerve them. It comes through in our voice. It comes through in our physical presence. In fact, you don't have to be in someone's physical presence. They can hear your voice from a distance on an audio and a voice message. They can see it in our face. They can feel it in our thoughts. They can notice in our writing, in our emails, in our texts, in everything we're a part of. Why? Because human conviction has a viral effect. It spreads from one individual to another. We all affect people. You can see this with infectious laughter. You get somebody's laughing their tail off, even if you're not feeling that way. After a while, it's like stop and you start to laugh. Or maybe you've been in a room, somebody starts to yawn. In a few minutes, 2 or 3 other people are yawning. Stop yawning. And we see it in the stock market, whether it's running up or tumbling down. There's a herd mentality in most human beings. When we're uncertain, we look to other people to figure out what to do. That's what most people do. But that's not what leaders do. Leaders produce certainty within themselves. Now, don't get me wrong. We all have a 2 million-year-old brain. I do too. We all do. And it's our survival instinct that gets triggered by these fearful and uncertain moments. What should we do to protect ourselves? Do we freeze or do we fight? Do we give up or push forward? We either lift each other up or we drag each other down by our level of certainty or lack thereof. You know what? It's all a choice. So today, maybe it's time we become conscious, you become conscious of your power, and remind yourself and those around you that the human race is resilient, it's flexible, it's strong beyond imagination. That doesn't mean we don't educate ourselves and prepare ourselves or train ourselves for challenges. Of course we do. Anticipation is power. It just means we need to discipline our fears. And every day we gotta stand guard at the door of our own minds. We can't just let anything in. And we don't let ourselves overreact or give things a magnified meaning or an exaggerated risk that puts you in a state of such fear that you only think of the worst case scenario. If you only think of the worst case scenario, you'll do nothing. So those who constantly live in the worst case scenario often will say, but I'm just doing it to protect people. No, you're taking people down. First of all, the worst case scenario almost never happens. And second of all, when you constantly focus on it, it affects you and it affects the people around you. It depresses people's minds, their emotions. It can even depress their immune system. So listen, today is a chance for you to start brand new, to step out of the fear that the natural human instinct, and don't get me wrong, it is our natural instinct to protect ourselves, to do what's necessary in the moment, to look out for ourselves. But we're more than our instincts. We have consciousness. We have the ability to choose. We don't have to live in fear and picture the worst scenario. That doesn't serve, that doesn't create a way to live your life, and it certainly won't help anybody that you love. So today, lead, don't follow. Lead with the truth of our essence, that faith and certainty are our natural birthright, and our infinite abilities. At any moment, we can awaken that fact, we can activate it. So live the truth today and show everyone around you that we can solve any problem we face. The human race always has, and it always will.
Thank you, Tone. During these times, it's important for us all to be reminded that life circumstances are meant for us to be experienced, and that there's grace amongst the chaos. The grace of us uniting and coming together and looking out for each other and serving and loving and supporting each other and those of us in need. There's many stories of fear out there in the media right now, but there's also many beautiful stories. A friend of mine the other day sent me a clip, and it was of this family in Italy. They started to play a guitar and another one started to sing and to create music, even though they were quarantined. Through that music, they brought harmony, they brought joy, they brought light to each other. It's a beautiful thing of the human spirit. We as humans are one of the most complex, powerful, intelligent systems ever created, more brilliant than we could ever even understand. Is what most of us don't realize is that we don't only have a physical immune system, we also have a spiritual and emotional immune system that supports us as well. Throughout all of life, we're all called to adapt and find kinder ways to evolve emotionally, and that allows us to deal with external circumstances with more grace, as long as we don't get stuck living in our minds in fear. Our power right now is to have our own clarity of mind rather than getting pulled into the group mind of fear alone. During these uncertain times of social distancing, it's also a gift to remember that we're all interconnected, whether we're in proximity or not. We all affect each other at every level, and we're truly one. We're all being called right now to unite together, and as we do, we are truly collectively greater than any challenge that comes our way.
So our core message to you is don't let fear control you. Do what you need to do to keep yourself healthy and strong. Look out for those you love and those you meet. Take advantage of this time to be together. Take a breath and connect. And just remember, we're not weak. Our immune systems have evolved over millions of years, and we as human beings have the capacity to deal with anything that's put in front of us. So live strong, live with faith, live with passion, be well, and God bless.
Living with passion, living with faith. That's exactly what we plan on doing here at Karatbars International. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Fred Moore coming to you from sunny Chicago, Illinois. They coming to you on behalf of Chicago Wealth Builders Alliance. We want to welcome you to another virtual Saturday event where we're going to introduce to you one of the greatest, or not the greatest, global wealth building systems on the planet today. So to get started, let's see who we got here. We want to greet some folks for showing up. We really appreciate it. So we want to start with welcoming Ms. Tanisha Glaspie. Thank you very much for coming. Mr. Rick Sales, Betty Jackson, Carol Bosco, welcome. Chantel, welcome. Dr. Cindy Christabel, welcome. Welcome, welcome. McPherson, Pierre Louise, welcome. Merlene, welcome. Michael McQueen, welcome. Ryan Forster, welcome. And a lot of people who just got their phone numbers in, welcome. Welcome, James and Brenda Irby, welcome. Welcome, everyone, for taking time out for seeing this wonderful piece of information that we have to share. Okay, so we're going to get this party started. And the first thing we want to do is tell you that if you've been looking for a better way, you have come to the right place. Those of you who are on this webinar for the very first time, okay, if you have been looking for a better way, you have come to the right place. People work, you know, their whole lives, and in the back of their mind, they always ask or actually tell themselves, Lord, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a better way. There is a better way. We found a better way here at Karatbars International. We're going to introduce that to you, okay, right now. Okay, a little bit about me. Okay, my name is Fred Moore. Once again, I'm from Chicago, and I have a 25-year career in information technology, okay, in sales and sales engineering and project management as well. I joined Karatbars in 2013, and I am a full-time VIP Karatbars affiliate and a Gladiator Award winner from Wealth Builders Worldwide. I joined after being invited by my brother, Dr. Kevin Moore. And when I looked at the information, obviously I knew that the goal was something that was very important to own, but I started doing some due diligence as far as finding out the real significance of it, the history of it, and as well as the history of our monetary system. And when I did that, the light bulb really came on. It came on because during that 25-year career in information technology, I survived 3 layoffs, 2 acquisitions, and then finally the bomb hit in 2001 when the tech bubble crashed, and I went from making, you know, well over 6 figures to making whatever overnight. And so I had to, you know, try to be resilient, reinvent myself. There was no positions, nowhere to be found in IT during that time. And so I had to just do some other things just to try to keep the dollars rolling in. And also try to keep the dollars rolling in to keep my home, in which eventually when I did decide to sell my home, then the housing crash had came. And so all the equity that I built up was pretty much washed away. So you're listening to somebody who was actually sandwiched between 2 market crashes. And so when I looked at information about Karatbars and the history of the monetary system, I quickly understood why those crashes came, and then more importantly, what I can do to actually prevent myself from being a victim of that again. So here we are in 2020, a lot of people are starting to deal with the same things that I dealt with, you know, that I had experienced back in 2001 and then again in 2008. And so we want to show you some information that when things like this occur, that you won't be, you know, panicking. You can be in a much better position than you're in right now. And so if you been looking for a better way, you have come to the right place. But the question is, are you ready? Are you really ready? Because a lot of people say they are ready, but then when it's time to really get going, then, you know, they discover that they're not really ready. And for whatever reasons that things get in the way, life gets in the way. But when you say you are ready, you have got to be ready, because when you are, you can put yourself in a position that you've never been in before. Now, I want to introduce you to 2 very good friends of mine, Michael and Manisha Delco. Okay, they was asked the same question, you know, are you ready? Okay, and this brother and his wonderful wife, they were definitely ready. He's a 15-year mortgage banker. She's a 20-year corporate trainer, and they are both full-time retired Karatbars affiliates. And once he saw this, he declared that he was ready, and he did what he needed to do to free himself from his mortgage banking position. And that what he ended up doing was actually 103 days after he joined Karatbars, he was able to eclipse the income that he was making as a mortgage banker. And he hasn't punched the clock since 2014. And then his lovely wife, Manisha Delco, she followed suit soon after. So you're talking about somebody who made a decision, and that's what it takes. You have to make a decision. Go straight, don't look right, don't look left, go straight, and you can actually achieve any dream that you want. And speaking of dreams, it all starts with the dream. And what is your dream? Okay? our founder of Wealth Builders Worldwide, Mr. Ty Best and his lovely wife, Valerie Best. Okay, they are very, very strong proponents of dreaming. Okay, and he encourages us to not only dream, but to dream bigger. He has a book that's called The Dream Chaser Manifesto. It's a book that focuses on being a guide of survival and dreaming in a jungle of non-dreamers. Because everyone who have achieved greatness, it all started from a dream. Okay, it all started from a dream, and they made those dreams come true. Everything that you see and touch that you take for granted, it all started from a dream. So you have a dream bigger. You can make those dreams come true. But to start your dream, you got to have a plan. Okay, and so what you ask yourself, where's your life right now? Okay, and it's a good time to ask that question because a lot of people, everybody, we're forced to stay home now. Nobody's going to work. So you have a lot of time to really reflect on, where your life is right now and where would you like to be in the future. Ask yourself, if you keep doing the same thing for the next 10 years that you did in the last 10 years, would you reach your goals? Okay, so now's an excellent time to really reflect on that. Where am I at right now? Okay, am I really happy with where I'm at? What are some of the things I can do to really achieve the goals that I want to achieve? Now's a good time to reflect on that. Okay, so the truth is that we really don't have enough time to keep doing what we're doing. Okay, there's a lot of people wishing, right now that they were in a much better position because a lot of people got caught with their pants down. Nobody saw this coming. Okay, so a lot of people saying, hey, I wish I had did A, B, and C up to this point, because I'll be in a much better position. So they're not in the position they want to be. Okay, so you don't have time to keep doing what you've been doing. It's time to make that change, and that time is now. And so let's look at what's called the matrix timeline. Okay, you've been everybody has heard the expression thinking outside the box. Okay, so exactly what is the box? I'm going to introduce you to the box. And the box starts when you're at 5 years old, okay, when you start school. Then you graduate high school at 18, okay, 4 years in college, and you graduated at 22. Then if you do postgraduate work, that's 2 to 4 years, and you're going to be out by the age you're 26. So what have you done? You actually spent 21 years in the education system, then 40 years hustling backwards, okay? And what I mean by hustling backwards is that you are in a situation where you are trading your time for dollars, okay, working 40 hours a week, okay, for 40 years, and then retire only on 40% of what you earned, which you couldn't live on in the first place. And so as you are working those 40 years, the value of your income or the purchasing power of your income is dwindling, making you work harder and harder and harder for less money. So people are finding themselves in a position where they have to try to get a second job or a third job, and they think that's the answer. But they also continue to find themselves keep hustling backwards. So you end up retiring between age 62 and 65, and a lot of people are bewildered because they're nowhere near where they thought they would be at that time. So they end up downsizing their home and selling their assets, just to make ends meet. Okay, then a lot of people have to jump back into the workforce. I'm pretty sure many of you have gone to the Walmart. As soon as you walk in, you're greeted by, someone who's older than 65, older than 75 years old. You think they want to be there? I'm pretty sure they do not, but they have to be there because they have to supplement the small Social Security that they've been getting. Okay, and so the ages between 65 and 81, 16 years, puts you at 81 years old, which is like the average lifespan. Okay, so at that point, you're debt free. But what position are you in to really enjoy, what you worked so hard for? Okay, so here you are, a young kid, and you don't have a care in the world. Okay, you're so happy and nothing matters. Absolutely nothing matters. Okay, everything is just so great. Okay, you have no issues about anything at all. Okay, but little do you know that you will end up going to school for 12 years, college for 4 more years, and then you will work until you die in a system that is broken. Okay, you look at the expression on this baby's face when he really understands what he's about to face in life. That's probably an expression that he's going to exhibit. So the problem is that you can't outwork an exponential inflation with a linear income. Okay, what's happening is that, you know, and let's say if you're in a 100-yard dash track race, okay, your dollars that you're chasing is actually 40 yards ahead of you. Then it's 50 yards ahead of you. Okay, then it's 60 yards ahead of you. You can't catch up no matter how fast you run. That dollar is going to be 40 yards ahead of you. Okay, so you cannot outwork an exponential inflation with a linear income. So once again, you don't have time to keep doing the same thing. Okay, that's just a fact of the matter. Warren Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Okay, if you look back at the illustration, that the timeline, the matrix timeline, that was the perfect scenario of what he is saying. And what's more important is that if you don't find out what real money is, you will work until you die. And one of our leaders, Mr. Michael Delco, had said something very profound, okay, in that, you know, you got to find out what money is, okay, because you can earn income, okay, while you sleep, but what is that income consist of? If it doesn't consist of a tier 1 asset, then it's going to lose purchasing power over time. Okay, and so that's going to minimize, you know, the effectiveness of you actually earning income in your sleep. So this is a definition of money. Okay, anything that is defined as money must have a store value. It must store your labor. It must be worth as much or more in the future as it is today. So ask yourself this question: does the paper currency that you work so hard for, does it meet that definition? Absolutely not. It does not. So here are the 4 keys of building wealth. We want to create residual income. We want to accumulate appreciating assets, okay, which is a tier 1 asset, which is gold. We want to be able to outrun inflation. And that's exactly what acquiring physical gold will do. And you want to utilize the advantages of the tax code. It's so unfortunate that most adults don't understand the tax codes in relation to how just getting a simple home-based business can afford you the same benefits that the rich get. And it's a sad thing that some adults, they never, ever understand this. They end up paying so much taxes over time.
Oh my gosh.
Where's all your money gone, Daddy?
Taxes. 9, 10, 11. Let me fix my houses.
Bug, it's okay. It's part of the game.
No, it's not. It's not fun.
It's not fun to what?
It's the worst part of the game.
It's what?
Taxes.
Okay, so taxes could take up as much as 40% of the income you work so hard for. And I know this, you know, firsthand, because I remember one time when I was actually, you know, earning over 6 figures in IT, you know, I looked at my take-home pay when I was having my taxes done, and it was, you know, it was 60%, you know, of what my salary was supposed to be. So that was a lot of cabbage, okay, that Uncle Sam had gotten out of me. And so a lot of people, they just go through life, you know, accepting this, and it doesn't have to be that way. So when you look at this illustration, this young kid is really hurting. He's learning the hard way. He's exhibiting a lot of pain, but he's learning a lesson that's going to carry him for the rest of his life. And it only wish that a lot of us had learned this early. So what do we do about this? What is the answer? Okay, first of all, you want to identify where you are on the cash flow quadrant. This is the cash flow quadrant created by Robert Kiyosaki. And it starts here in the upper left. Is the E quadrant, stands for employee. You have a job. This is 90% of the people. They pay 40% of the 40% in taxes. Okay, and so they have most of their income eaten away in taxes. They literally work paying Uncle Sam the first quarter of every year. Okay, and it's something that you can easily fix, and we're going to show you how to do that. But let's say that, you know, you've had a job, you say, hey, I want to get my own business. So what you've done, you have traded in a job. Now you own a job. So this S stands for self-employed, or it can stand for sole proprietor. Now, in relation to what's going on today, this is the area that's really getting hit hard, because it can be a sole proprietorship for someone who has to engage with someone. They have to physically touch them. You know, it can be a masseuse, it can be a barber, it can be anyone where you have to deal face-to-face with someone to earn a living. And so right now they're at a standstill, and they're not, you know, earning any income right now. And so it's just a situation where it's just not pretty for this particular quadrant right now. Whereas the E quadrant, maybe a lot of these people can go back to work, but this S quadrant, you know, they can eventually go back. But right now is a situation their businesses is at a screeching halt right now. Then there's the B side, okay? And this is the side that you want to be on, where you're a part of a system, okay, where you're able to earn money in your sleep, where you're actually able to earn by the efforts of other people, okay? And then there's an I quadrant, where money works for you, okay? I strongly believe that, you know, God did not intend for us to work for money, but he intended for money to work for us, okay? And so getting on this right side of the quadrant, where we have a leveraged business that maximizes the B and the I quadrant. This is exactly where we want to be on this right side, and we're going to show you how to get there. Okay, so Karatbars International answers all 4 keys, okay? It shows you how to create residual income, accumulate appreciating asset, how we can easily, simply outrun inflation, and utilize the advantage of the tax code. So here's what we do. We start our own gold home-based business. We save gold for ourselves, physical gold or in the digital form. We share with others, and we earn as our team duplicates saving in gold and sharing with others. It's as simple as that. So let's talk about Karatbars International. Karatbars International was founded in 2011, internationally ships to more than 140 countries, and they specialize in the production and sales of high quality gold products in small transaction friendly weights. They are located in beautiful Stuttgart, Germany. I've had the pleasure of going there actually twice, and it is virtually just a few doors away from the Mercedes-Benz World Headquarters. Stuttgart in and of itself is beautiful, but this particular area of Stuttgart is it's amazing. Okay, so Karatbars spares no expense on exhibiting the best quality and making sure that we have the best quality of everything. This is our founder, CEO, and visionary, Mr. Harold Sykes. This is a gentleman whom I've had so many opportunities to meet and talk with him, to sit down and break bread, actually. And he's a person that loves people. This is why he's doing this. He was well off before he started Karatbars. He didn't have to do this. Excuse me, let's go back. Okay. He says that who owns gold has always money, real money. He's the author of 2 amazing books. One is The Future of Money, and the other is Think Big, okay, How to Conquer the World with a Great Idea. And The Future of Money has a chapter in it, chapter 5. It really highlights on the things that you can do, okay, to prevent what's going on today with regards to our economy. He's a visionary, so he sees things way ahead. And everything that's in that chapter is spot on in terms of what's happening today in relation to the solutions that we have to offer. So he has a mission. His mission is this: is to produce the highest quality gold available in the market, make it easily accessible to the masses of honest people around the world at a price point everyone can afford. His goal is that Karatbars helps millions find financial freedom from this current system of debt. We are in a debt-based monetary system, ladies and gentlemen. It's driven off debt, and we have a solution to decouple from that. John Pierpont Morgan, okay, better known as J.P. Morgan, he says that gold is money, Everything else is credit. Okay, he also went on to say that once you understand this, you'll never be poor again. Alan Greenspan, one of the most popular heads of the Federal Reserve since its creation, says gold is always accepted. It's always accepted. And you find this interesting because Alan Greenspan, the head of the Federal Reserve, you know, they're a third party private corporation in business for profit. They have one customer, which is the United States government. And they've been giving the authority to print and control our money. So it's interesting that he admits, you know, the power of gold being head of the Federal Reserve. Gold is God's money, a quote by Robert Kiyosaki. Okay, and, you know, just think about this, you know, in relation to when gold backed our economy in relation to now, anytime that man moves from gold to man-made money, it's going to cause problems. And lo and behold, you know, look where we are today. Okay, so here's our goal. Okay, each cash gold card, if you look at the lower part, those 3 cards, okay, it's equipped with blacklight authentication feature on the front of every card, meaning that it has security features that's unmatched by any other company. Nobody matches Karatbars when it comes to security, which means that there's many attempts to pass gold that is fake, no matter what the size of the gold ingot or gold bullion is. So we want to make sure that our gold is authentic, that it's going to be exactly what it's supposed to be. So we have very sophisticated high-tech features that's applied to each gold that is delivered. And in addition, we have the only paper money that's not dependent on governments or failing economies. Our cash gold, as you can take a look at the top there, you know, it is a means of payment, but it's totally independent. It's gold with ingots of tenths of a gram of gold embedded in the paper. It also has security features as well. Okay, so you can purchase any product, you know, in our Karatbars ecosystem with our cash gold. Okay, it's a very awesome experience once you get your account set up and started moving fiat paper into cash gold and use cash gold to actually make purchases. It's outstanding. It's amazing. So more and more establishments, small businesses around the world are starting to accept our cash gold as payment. So what are some of the reasons why we want to save in gold? Since 1932, gold has outperformed currency by more than 62%. $100,000 worth of gold acquired in 1932 is now worth $6,289,308. In contrast, if you look at the lower right, if you had $100,000 in cash in 1932, today that cash will have the purchasing power of only $2,000. Okay, so you can plainly see the relation in terms of the value of gold versus paper currency that's backed by nothing. Here's another reason why we get gold. Take a look at this 1920 Ford that cost $645, or it cost 1 kilogram of gold. Okay, they were about the same. Okay, now let's say you fast forward to today, that comparable model costs $40,000. Now, what can you do with the $645? Might be able to get a tune-up. You definitely won't be able to get the tires, but you can take that same kilogram of gold and purchase this vehicle and have several thousands of dollars left over. Okay, so this means that gold has a purchasing power that is stable. So price stability in any economy means that the general price level in an economy does not change much over time. Okay, and gold has maintained its purchasing power for the last 3,000 years. Here's another reason why we get gold. Okay, let's look at a more realistic example here on something you can relate to. Going to the grocery store. You know, when you hear on the news that the economy is going well, okay, once I go to the grocery store, that's how I can tell. Okay, so if you look at this in 1998, you can take a $20 bill and you can fill up your shopping cart. You fast forward to 2005, that same $20 bill will buy you less. And today, you don't even need a shopping cart. You take a little basket, okay, and the $20 won't even fill up that basket. Okay, so you can see how the purchasing power of the $20 or paper currency in general is going lower and lower and lower. That's called inflation, okay? The prices of goods and services go up and the value of money decreases. And this is due to the excessive printing of paper currency and the excess creation of currency, if they even do it digitally. It's just an excess creation of currency in general that causes this. So the #1 millionaire secret: we pay ourselves first, not last. Majority of people pay themselves last if they do it at all. Okay, the poor and the middle class, they work, they get paid, they go out and spend. Okay, they have this money spent, you know, before they even get paid on Friday. They already know what they're going to do with it. Okay, and the last thing they're going to do is spend. If they have anything left over, they might save, and that's a big might. Okay, then on the other side, the rich and wealthy, they save and invest. It's the first thing they do. No matter how they make their money, they're going to save and invest first, and then they're going to circulate that income. Okay, they're going to circulate that income to create a more self-perpetuating money system, okay, within their families. Okay, because they know that the most important economy is the one in their own home. So we're going to show you how our business model that is simple. We're going to show you how to start your own business and maximize tax benefits. We're going to show you how to pay yourself with a tier 1 asset, which is gold, to outpace inflation. And we're going to show you how to build a referral network to create residual income, make money while you sleep. And here's how. Okay, you're going to learn how you can start a simple and duplicatable business with Karatbars from home. Okay, let's benefit now from our multi-goal packages that we have to offer. It's going to provide financial security, financial independence, meaning that you're going to be independent, decoupled from this current system of debt. That's real financial independence. Okay, we're going to be able to hedge, okay, in times of crisis, and we can do all of this with a free account. Okay, you can be a customer or an affiliate. So there's 2 keys to our compensation plan: leverage and exponential growth. So let's take a look at this and see how this plays out. It's absolutely beautiful. The first, the great J. Paul Getty, one of the most popular millionaires in the history of this country, said that he would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of his own efforts. Okay, meaning that he wants to be able to have leverage, okay, and exponential growth with the income that he builds or the wealth that he builds. Okay, before we get into any compensation, we want to give you the disclaimer to let you know that we are not financial advisors. This presentation is not designed to give financial advice. The following examples show calculations for illustration purposes only and is not a guarantee of income. Okay, so let's look at the wonderful compensation plan that Karatbars has to offer. It's unmatched by any other company. This is outstanding. Okay, our plan utilizes this principle. Okay, there are 7 ways we actually earn income in Karatbars. It's going to start with our unilevel bonus. In the unilevel bonus, you actually register for your Karatbars account, and by default, you are part of this system. Okay, you get a free account, and you sponsor at least 5 people who are going to actually save gold for themselves. You do the same, and you can earn up to 6% to infinity. Okay, for a lot of people, that's enough to pay for their mortgage, their car note, their rent. Okay, and it can go far beyond that. Okay, but this is a situation where you can actually sign up, earn income, refer people, not have paid 1 red cent to join. Okay, name any other company or referral-based business that can allow you to do this. Okay, now you'll be compensated monthly, okay, through the unilevel compensation plan through infinity. Okay, then there's the dual system. Dual means 2, as you see the 2 people. It starts with 2. Where you want to acquire one of our optional business packages, they are absolutely fantastic. You're going to acquire this, to start your business, to earn monthly. To earn weekly. You're gonna be able to acquire Karatbars products, goods, and services. Some of our blockchain-based products, our phones, our laptops, and there's tons of other great products that's available as well. Share the business with others and get paid to teach your new partners to do the same. How simple is that? Okay, it truly is that simple. It truly is. Then there's a direct commission. Okay, when you get a business package, one of these multi-goal packages, and you refer others to do the same, you're going to earn 10% of the value of that package. Okay, and then the person that you referred, when they refer someone, they're going to earn 10%. You're going to earn 3%. And on your third generation, you're going to earn 2%. So let's say that you've actually sponsored 10 people. And this is a perfect example of true leverage and growth. You sponsored 10 people, and those 10 people have sponsored 10 that you will actually earn you'll earn 3% off of 100 people, off the efforts of 100 people. Then on your third generation, if those 10 sponsor 10, that's 1,000. You'll earn 2% off the efforts of 1,000 people. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, beyond with the 3% and the 2%, you don't do anything to earn that. You didn't do anything yourself. You may have assisted the person that you sponsor, but beyond that, you're actually getting income for the efforts of other people. That's true leverage and exponential growth. Next is the dual team bonus. Okay, this is where it really gets sweet. Okay, if you are excited up to this point, hold on to your hat. Okay, because with the dual team, it starts with you setting up a team A on your left side, a team B, and on your right side. So every time anyone on either side, left or right, acquires gold or any other products or business packages, it's going to create what's called units. It's just a point system. So anytime you have as little as 25 units on one side, 50 units on the other side, it's going to issue what's called a dual team payout, meaning you will actually get income registered in your back office that you actually get paid on the following week. This goes down to infinity. It never stops, okay? And so when you get a dual team payout, what do you earn? It all depends on the package that you have purchased. So these packages are categorized as bronze, silver, gold, and VIP. And so if you have purchased a bronze package, the bronze package carries 1 to 3 units. You earn 40 euros per dual team payout. For the silver, it carries 5 to 20 units. You earn 50 units per payout. The gold carries 50 units and you earn 60 units per payout. And the VIP, it carries 75 to 100 units and you earn 80 euros per payout. Now, we have a limit per week on the amount of dual team payouts. And that limit is 180,000 dual team payouts per week, per person. Think about that, per person. So you do the simple math, 180,000 times 80 euros, that's the maximum you can earn in 1 week. Ladies and gentlemen, this is outstanding, which means that everyone that comes into Karatbars can earn an extremely lucrative income without ever breaking the company. Okay, this is an amazing, amazing program as far as the compensation plan that we have. So here's a brief overview of the commissions. 100% of direct commissions, meaning 100% of the value of that particular package, is you'll earn 10% on your first generation, 3% on your second, and 2% on your third. Then there's a unilevel bonus, your matching bonus. Then in total, there are over 7 income opportunities, 7 ways we earn income. So you're talking about, people say, hey, you need to have multiple income streams. We got it here, all the Karatbars International. We get paid so many different ways that sometimes I can't keep up. Karatbars pays 5 commissions per month. Okay, weekly, in the dual team, and the first of every month in the unilevel system. Okay, so it's going to be paid direct to your own personal Karatbars MasterCard, which you'll see an illustration of that shortly. So let's take a look at the actual packages, the multi-gold packages that we have to offer. These packages are amazing because you can see you have package 1 all the way to package 7. So we have something for everybody's budget. Okay, package number 1 starting at just 75 euros. You get a tenth of a gram. I'm sorry, you get 5/10 of a gram of gold with that, and two discount cards, meaning that you can take these cards and give them to someone who gets a package. They'll get 10% discount on the value of that package. Okay, it carries 1 team unit, and there's no matching bonus or cash gold with this, but it provides the means for you to be able to earn income as you refer others. So package number 2, for 180 euros, you get 6/10 of a gram, 4 discount cards. You get a bronze status, okay, meaning that you can earn, and you get 2 units and no matching bonus, but you do get cash gold bonus with this. Package number 3, 340 euros, you get 1/10 of a gram and 5 discount cards of a bronze status. 4 units is carried with this, and no matching bonus, but you get cash gold. Now here's where it gets good. Multi-gold package number 4, for 595 euros, you get 1.5 grams of cash gold, 6 discount cards, carries a silver dual team status, and 10 units, and you get the matching bonus and the cash gold with this. Then going to multi-gold package number 5. For 2,200 euros, you get 6.5 grams of cash gold, 8 discount cards, a gold status, and it carries 50 units, and you get matching bonuses and as well as cash gold. And going to package number 6, okay, for 34.50, you're going to get 10 grams. Now this is very significant because back in, a couple of years ago, when we got our VIP packages, we only got 3 grams of gold. So here you got a VIP package here with 10 grams. It carries 75 units, and you're going to get matching bonuses as well as cash gold. And then multi-gold package 7 for 4,900 euros, 15 grams of cash gold. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand, Harold Seitz, our founder CEO, he's doing everything he can to get more cash gold in our accounts, to get more gold in our possession. So we have options to do more exciting things and not depend on this debt-based system that we're in right now. So this carries 100 units, and you get matching bonus and cash gold. So let's take a look at when you refer someone, what you actually get in cash gold. Okay, for the first one, there's no bonus of cash gold, but multi-gold package 2, you're going to get 1/10 of a gram, 2 levels deep. Okay, multi-gold package 3, you're going to get 3/10 of a gram, 2 levels deep, or 2 generations deep. Multi-gold package 4, you're going to get 4/10 of a gram when you refer someone, 3 generations deep. Multi-gold package 5, you're going to get 1/2 gram, 5 generations deep. Multi-gold package 6, you're going to get 8/10 of a gram, 7 generations deep. And multi-gold package 7, you're going to get 1 4/10 grams of cash gold, 7 levels deep, ladies and gentlemen. So the higher the package, the more generations you actually earn, okay, when you refer someone to get free cash gold. Ladies and gentlemen, this is amazing, okay? When you're talking about free, this is free for just doing what we always do, saving gold, share with others, and as they do the same, this is the result. Okay, and this is not all. We're not done yet. There's a matching bonus. Okay, when a person earns a dual team payout, okay, if you're a bronze, you're going to get 5% of the dual team payout, 2 generations deep. Silver, you're going to earn 3 generations deep. If you're gold, you're going to earn 5 levels deep, and VIP 7 generations deep of dual team payouts. So people who have joined generations below you, when they get a dual team payout, you earn 5% of that. This is amazing. So in terms of the actual, commissions, you want to be at the highest level. And so the VIP gets you the highest income level. Okay, 80 euros per dual team payout. But the prices of the VIP might be too high for some people's budget, and that's okay. You want to get in where you fit in. But here's what Karatbars does. We have a fast track 5 and 5 promotion. When you sponsor 5 new affiliates, and keep in mind, when you get any package other than a VIP, when you sponsor 5 new affiliates within your first 5 weeks, okay? So anyone that gets your package or higher, okay, it gets you to the next highest package status at no cost. So if you are a silver, okay, and you sponsor 5 people within 5 weeks to get a silver or above, you get a free upgrade to gold. But you can actually do 5 in 2 weeks. You'll have 3 weeks left. So you can do a silver in 5 weeks, get upgraded to gold, and then do 5 more of the gold within the next 3 weeks, and then actually get upgraded to VIP. So all you're doing is just basically sharing this with other people. And when they do the same, you actually earn income, and you can actually earn a free upgrade. It's like getting a raise. This is amazing, absolutely amazing. And so now we come to what's called the long-term incentive. Now we're paying a lot more attention to these because a lot more people are starting to earn them. Okay, people that we know personally, okay, people that we engage with on a daily basis are earning these. Anywhere from the leather bag to the pin to the bracelet. We know people have earned the bracelets, and as well as the bicolor Rolex watches. We know of a single affiliate who has won, not 1, not 2, but 3 of the Mercedes-Benz. She won all 3 of them. And so obviously she'll be next in line for the prime property. And somebody's going to get it. Somebody will get this property because Karatbars is making everything so much better all the time. It gets better and better and better and better. That's why I've been here going actually on my 7th year. And I'll be here till the wheels fall off, okay, of this company before I think about leaving. Okay, so how do we get paid? Weekly and monthly on our own private MasterCard, okay? We actually get paid directly on this card. This MasterCard is like any other card. You take it and you spend it anywhere you want. But the difference is international. So you go to any international location in Germany or in Spain or anywhere, whatever currency that's in that country, when you put the card in that ATM, that country's currency is going to come out. Okay. All MasterCards don't do that. All Visa cards don't do that. And so we get actually paid in commissions on this card and actually earn in gold. It doesn't get any better than that. So here's the advantages. Okay, a 9-year-old company operating in 140 countries, product delivered directly by FedEx, all commissions paid on a privately issued MasterCard. So pay attention, FedEx, MasterCard, 2 names you hear almost every day. Okay, these are our partners. So what does this mean when you're talking about, hey, I want to do my due diligence? This means we have the utmost level of credibility in Karatbars that these companies are going to be our partners. Okay, FedEx actually has a shipping setup, if you will, a logistics center in our corporate headquarters because we have so many packages going out every day. Okay, MasterCard has been our partner since before I joined, okay, and they're still our partner. And so this means that these companies have done the proper due diligence with their lawyers, with their compliance teams to make sure that we're the company that they want to do business with. Over 800,000 affiliates. It's my understanding we've actually hit 1 million now. And so when that's confirmed, we'll change these numbers. But we're starting to, let's start, working on the 2nd million, okay? Because we can easily do that. Complete support system, which is outstanding, okay? People that you can actually pick up the phone and talk to and ask any questions that you want. No cost to register and no mandatory fees or expenses, ladies and gentlemen. 24/7 multi-million-dollar software and operating worldwide at no cost, ladies and gentlemen. As long as I've been with Karatbars, I've never been charged anything for this software at all, ever. So here's your chance. You have a worldwide market, gigantic market potential, online, offline, hopefully offline when all this transition blows over. Okay, but this is an opportunity to give people across the world a safe platform and a method to transfer from currency into gold bullion 1 gram at a time or more, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ask, is there a better way? You have it right here. Okay, so there's always 3 types of people after seeing this. The first one's like, hey, you had me at gold, let's go, I'm ready to sign up. Okay, that's always awesome. That's what we want to hear. Second one, I'm excited, but I have some questions. That's great, okay, because, you know, when we're able to answer your questions, then you're able to, you know, understand with more clarity in terms of exactly what we're doing and how we do it. Then number 3, this is not for me. And that's fine, because it's definitely not for everybody, okay? This is for the dreamers. And if this is not for you, I'm not saying you're not a dreamer, but it's just not for everybody. However, if you value the money that you work so hard for, okay, you already seen the illustrations of the value of paper currency versus the value over gold over time. Why would you not open up a free gold savings account? I mean, it's not even an option not to do it. It makes sense, makes no sense not to do it. It just doesn't. And so if it's not for you, open up a free gold savings account and make sure that you protect your hard-earned income, protect your labor. Okay, so get back with the person that shared this with you. Register for your free account now. As soon as we get off of this, it takes like 7 to 10 minutes. Okay, we have webinars, live meetings every day. Okay, so you have a system that you can plug into. So you are independent, but you are never alone. So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed this presentation. So let's meet our guests. Okay, we have a couple of guests that we'd like to introduce you to, and they have some wonderful stories to share in terms of why they joined Karatbars, what Karatbars means to them, and hopefully there's some information that you can relate to. Okay, so the first person that I want to bring on, this young lady is, oh, she is extremely powerful, extremely powerful. She may not remember this, but I met her at the Los Angeles Freedom Celebration. So this was in 2016, I believe, 2016. And this is like the tail end of a meet and greet, and she was so excited, handing out cards out to everybody. And by the way, I still got that card that you had given me at that Freedom Celebration. And so when you talk about somebody who, you know, walks the walk and talks the talk, she exhibits that exuberance, that excitement, and she has not looked back. She took this, and just like Mr. Delco, she didn't look right, she didn't look left, she looked straight, and she's one of our most prominent affiliates today, especially someone who's able to be very effective in how to build a business online. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to none other than Miss Tanisha Glaspie. Miss Tanisha, are you with us?
I am, Mr. Moore. How are you today?
I'm doing just fine. How are you doing?
I am amazing. Thank you for this. Thank you for having me on here. And I do remember that, now that you said it. I was in Karatbars 7 weeks at that time.
Okay.
And I was so excited. And I still am 4 years later. I realized no matter how hard I worked, I couldn't get ahead. And I was searching for a better way. I worked at Equifax in the legal department, so understand credit. I was a barber, cosmetologist for several years. I drove tractor trailers for 15 years. I own my own 24-hour childcare center. So I understand the employee side. I understand the employer side of things. And none of it was working for me. I did all of those things, and I was just looking for a better way. Nothing gave me what I was searching for, and that was freedom. I had financial freedom. I was making good money doing everything I did, but I had no time freedom. I had no life whatsoever because I was always working, doing something to make money. Sorry about that. I was getting ready to start medical school when I found out about Karatbars. I was about 6 weeks away. I was going through orientation, and I was stressed out. Hadn't even started school yet, and I was stressed out. And I was like, how am I going to do this? I don't think I've ever said this out loud. I was ready to drive into a bridge, like a brick wall, because I was so stressed out. And I started praying for a better way. I lost thousands of dollars in my 401k back in 2008. And I was still losing money in my 401k. And I was needing to replace that. And my uncle owns gold. And I figured if I take this money out of my 401k, put it into gold, I could replace what I lost. And also as a single parent, I wanted to make sure I was leaving a legacy for my children. So I was looking for all of these things literally at the same time. And I was stressed out. And I just went into my prayer closet that night. The night I thought about running into a bridge, I'm like, this isn't the answer. I need an answer. So I went into my prayer closet about 1 o'clock in the morning. And the very first thing I did was I just started praying. Like, I need an answer for this, and that. I was very specific. Got out of my prayer closet about 2 o'clock in the morning. And the very first thing I saw on Facebook was, it said, would you rather have paper that burns, and my 401k was still burning, or gold that doesn't? And I'm looking for gold. It said register for free here. I didn't watch a video. I didn't see a presentation like this. I knew absolutely nothing. I just registered for free. It took me literally 60 seconds to register. I had no idea what I was getting into. I just thought it was another free account. Somehow I was going to get gold. And here I am 4 years later. Karatbars answered every prayer that I was praying at that time. Not only do I have financial freedom, which I already had, but now I have time freedom to do what I want when I want. And that's why I've done so many things in my life, searching for a way to just be free. A job will never give me freedom. So that's really it, Mr. Moore.
Okay, great. Thanks so much for that testimony. So I just got a quick question. What does this mean to you in terms of everything you said in relation to you being a single mom?
It means I have time with my children. I have my master's degree, and in the midst of getting that, I missed out on soccer games. I missed out on everything pretty much because I was always either studying in school or working. But now I have the freedom to do whatever they need to do when they need to do it. I don't have to worry about anything. If my son gets sick, I don't have to worry about taking off work or missing pay because I don't have any sick time left. He can just stay home because I'm at home 24 hours a day. So it's made a tremendous difference in my life.
Okay, that's amazing. We really appreciate that testimony. And you have been such a valuable partner for everybody, everywhere. Okay, you have been a big help as far as the webinars, the power calls, everywhere you look, you're there. And a lot of people, as well as myself, wonder how you do it, So whatever you're doing, keep doing it because we really appreciate you. And I appreciate you very much. So thank you very much for coming and giving your testimony.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, great. Now, we have one more guest. And first of all, let's try to locate him. Tanisha, if you can try to locate him and while I'm introducing him, I appreciate that. I believe he would show up as LD. If you see LD.
Okay, I do not. Can you raise your hand if you know? Well, you know who you are. Can you raise your hand for us, please?
That's if he's here, because I know he said he was going to come in late.
I don't see an LD.
No. Should be PD. Okay, let's see.
Oh, there's PD. Okay, got it.
Yeah, that's him. Okay. Actually, I can unmute him myself. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, our next guest is actually a gentleman who I met when I first went to my first event in Karatbars. And the gentleman has such wisdom that I have became so impressed because when I met him and listened to him, then I knew the caliber of people that Karatbars attracted. Okay, because a company like Karatbars or any business is really measured by its people. And this particular person has such a level of wisdom and brilliance, and to be attracted like a company like Karatbars because of what they represent, I was extremely impressed. So this gentleman actually has sat on the original leadership council for North America in Karatbars, the original architect of the 12-week plan. And so I wanted to bring him in to introduce himself, give his testimony, tell his story. So without further ado, I want to introduce from Memphis, Mr. Pastor Larry Dye. Pastor Dye, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, brother. Can you hear me?
We can. If you can speak a little louder, we'll hear you a little better.
Okay. What about that? Is that better?
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. You hit the nail on the head.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Moore, for having me on this platform. It's always good to be among and in the company of great people. If you want to be great, then you want to hang around great people. If you want to be wealthy, hang around wealthy people. So whatever you want to be yourself, you want to find somebody that's in that category and sort of hang around with them. So I appreciate all the great things that you said about me. I'm always impressed at the things that people say about me, and I'm always trying to and striving to live up to those things that people say about me. As most people know, I like to just sort of stay behind the scenes. Hopefully, my system won't cut out. It has cut out on me for some reason a couple of times already. So hopefully you all.
Uh-oh. Okay, Pastor Dye, we cannot hear you. It did cut out. Hold on. If you can hear me, just try to come back. Go ahead and say something because we can hear something.
He dropped off, Mr. Moore.
Did he? Okay. All right. Thanks. Okay then. Well, I tell you what. For the sake of time, we can wrap this up, and then I will bring him back. Okay, we will bring him back because we're actually right at around an hour from the time we started. And so what I would like to encourage everybody to do is to, people who have seen this for the very first time, thank you for coming to this webinar. We hope you have seen some information that you would at least look to get more details about, okay? Because I think the more details you get, the more excited that you will become. This was just an overview, okay? So get back with the person who shared this with you, get all the details, get all the facts, get registered. It's free, okay? When we say free, we mean free. Keep your wallet keep your credit card in your wallet. There's no social security number required. Just get registered, because once you actually register, you're on the other side of that fence. Then you get the chance to learn a lot more of what's going on with this company. Okay, so on behalf of the Chicago Wealth Builders Alliance, I'm Fred Moore, and I also want to thank Jeffrey Jordan, okay, and his team, okay, for showing up. And we hope that you had some new guests on as well. We really value your participation greatly. And so we'd love to continue to have you on our webinars. We really value you a great deal. And so on behalf of Chicago Wealth Builders Alliance, myself, Fred Morris, as well as Rick Sales, Jacqueline Smith, Bill Lynch, Betty Jackson, as well as Lloyd Smith, we want to bid you good evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Let's go for gold. And we'll make an announcement when we come back. It'll be next Saturday or next Sunday. But when we come back, we're going to come back at a time where we can get Pastor Dye, because he always has something very exciting to share. And so we'll make sure we get him back. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your day and take care until next time. Bye-bye.